Big exciting news this afternoon as Joe Biden's set to announce his third stimulus package at about 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But all accounts say that despite whatever you hear in that press conference, you will be getting the remainder of a $10,000 EIDL grant from 2020. Yes, $10,000. The reports claim that 3 types of people will be getting certain things under the third stimulus package. One, the grant people will get the $10,000 grant, plus a $2,000 stimulus check, plus a $1,400 fix-it for the last stimulus check. SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits and veterans will get their $2,400 special stimulus item, plus a $2,000 stimulus check like everyone else is getting, and that $1,400 fix-it bill from Cash Act. And then unemployed people will get 3 items as well. The $2,000 stimulus check, $1,400 fix-it bill from last year, and a $1,200 payment for the month of January because Biden's going to do $600 a week of FPUC. You've already gotten $300, that's 4 weeks of $300. So are these details actually true? Are the pre-press reports actually accurate? We may not know today. In this video, I'm going to explain why the press conference may still not answer our questions. But it's incredible great news as big stimulus is finally coming. This is a major recording of third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's the day. But it may not eventually be the finality of what's going on. Why? Because Joe Biden's press conference today in prime time at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and I will be live right after this video covering the event as it's announced, may not be as detailed as a 6,000-page bill. So we may just sort of generally know about things, but not know whether you're eligible, whether it's retro, whether it's forward, whether it's backwards, and we may have to wait a couple more days till we see the bill. So please subscribe because I'm going through incredible detail and making sure you understand it's not law yet. It's not bill yet. And as of the moment, it's not press conference yet either. Also like this video. Hit that alert button so you're alert when I go live for the press conference, and also consider becoming a Purple Power member by clicking the join button. Either become a Hawk, Purple Power member, or Calcino VIP. The breaking news is obviously obvious. What's happening today is the announcement of the Joe Biden stimulus, but the big items is also what's going on with EIDL, what's going on with PPP, what's going on with FPUC retro, and will we actually see those items? I'm going to prepare you how to actually watch the video press conference today and understand that the statements you hear may not actually answer your questions. So we're going to do a lot of analysis. So with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that Joe Biden will, of course, announce a press conference today at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time to go over what's in the third stimulus check and third stimulus package. But what I want you to certainly understand, I've been saying this in recent days, is that the press conference may not give you the detail you want to know. Let me give you an example. He will likely say that he was going to give you FPC unemployment at $600 a week, to which you're going to say is it retro? And if it is retro, to what day? And how retro is it? That's an example. Then there are talks about $2,000 stimulus checks. SSSSS. So does that mean multiple $2,000 stimulus checks, or just, there's a lot of checks in the mail to different people where each one gets one check? That's another example of where things are not clear. He may not even cover certain subjects. He may just sort of say, frontline workers need money. Okay, does that mean hazard pay? What was that? He may not go into the detail of hazard pay. He may say, I will compensate people who are essential workers under, and they deserve hazard pay. Okay, so then who are the essential workers? Is a Grubhub driver essential worker? Is a grocery worker essential worker? And then he may not give us the number. $10,000, up to $10,000, he may not tell us. He also may not tell us how to apply. Hazard pay had a big contention throughout this entire cycle of this channel, and whether the employer applies for hazard pay or you apply. Then the SSI and SSDI. He may say, hey, seniors have not got enough money over time. I'm going to fix that. and then moves on. Okay, what is that then? Is that the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI plus the 20% increase and the lifetime new benchmark? So you see how I'm preparing you to understand that when you watch a press conference, you may not get the detail, the numbers, the eligibility, or even the process of how it's going to be paid clear in a 30-minute press conference. It is a 6,000-page bill, presumably. These bills are about 5,000 to 6,000 pages. No person can humanly explain a 6,000-page bill in 30 minutes. So it's going to take time to look at the bill, which we may not see today, we probably not see today, to understand who gets what and who gets where. And that's why you need to subscribe to this channel, because over the next 7 days, this is going to be a big issue of contention. Now, we do know some really exciting, great stuff going into this video. One, we're hearing that the $10,000 EIDL grant will be paid to people who apply for the EIDL grant in 2020, that will be paid under a new SBA head. That is no longer Javita Carranza. This channel's reporting this is the final day of Javita Carranza's tenure at SBA. You're only hearing this on this channel. Second, the SBA's website will change in the next few days. It's changed 3 times in the last 24 hours. And I'm reporting that you could be getting an email by SBA in the next few days saying, hi, please confirm your information because you're entitled to an SBA EIDL grant from 2020. We now have the money for you. That could also happen in the next few days as well. Then I'm also hearing reports that says that you're going to have another third stimulus package, not just $2,000 as a single check for individuals, $4,000 for a married couple, $2,000 for children, $2,000 for adult dependents, but also the $1,400 fix-it bill from 2020 bringing forward into this year as well. Remember, you never got the $1,400 last year on top of the $600. That's last year's stuff, but they still haven't fixed last year's stuff. So that is the report's claim that Joe Biden will do, is do $1,400 plus $2,000. Then let's turn to FPUC retro. It's a big issue of contention. I know. I absolutely know. $600 a week. The number is very clear. It is without a dispute. That is the number, $600 a week. There's about 20,000 reports today say Joe Biden's going to pay unemployed people going forward $600 a week. FPUC, which goes on top of your UI and PUA. Well, how about all the people before? And how far retro back will you go? You told us it was a down payment for something, so what was it a down payment for? Down payment retro to the start of January 1, 2021, or retro to July 25th of 2020? We have to see. Next. Another round of PPP would be expected. Another round of new EIDL for people is expected. For people who never have even applied for EIDL but will qualify for EIDL. Then one of the most common questions I'm getting a lot is, what are these applications based upon? In 2020, they were based upon 2019 tax returns. So would they be now dependent upon 2019 tax returns or 2020 tax returns? It's a big issue. An example is, if you're trying to get big money, you would want to go off a year in which you did well, which is 2019 or 2018. You would not want to go off a year in which you did poorly, which is 2020. The reverse of that is things that will also be in the third stimulus package, like free rent, free utilities, free food, and things like that. You want that to go off a year in which you did not do well, so you do reach the threshold eligibility. Generally, those are for low-income people. If you are now in that lower, making $49,000 or less, 2020, you want to get it. In 2019, you may have made $75,000. So it depends on where these things are going off of. What else could be happening? Student loan debt forgiveness. It's presumed to come in at $10,000. He said he would do that last week. The big thing that I'm really honing in on is the following 2 items, and this is how I always look at procedure as really a big issue, is that Joe Biden reportedly will have this bill at somewhere under $3 trillion, which is really small. Some reports say it could be $1 trillion, which is really small. If it's that small, what happened to Nancy Pelosi's $1 trillion for state and local, which Joe Biden wants? Is it gone? Is it going to be a different bill? Where is it? Moreover, the second item, this bill is likely to be a normal bill, says insiders. Joe Biden, as a new president, is allowed a one-time only free ticket type of thing. This free ticket type of thing is for one item, for one time, one bill, and one bill only. You can do it in a way in which you don't have a lot of support and still get a pass. That's what Trump did with the tax bill. Joe Biden has indicated he's not going to use his e-ticket on this. He's not going to use his e-ticket on this. And then he's going to rely upon bipartisanship to get it done. Okay, so bipartisanship may make some viewers nervous. Some things are not bipartisan in the items that I discussed. $10,000 of hazard pay, that's not bipartisan. That's a lot of money. $600 a week of FPC, that's a lot of money. Republicans have never wanted to pay $600 a week. EIDL, that is bipartisan. $24 of SSI and SSDI, that is bipartisan. Student loan debt forgiveness, that's bipartisan. But some things are just not bipartisan. So it's a little bit confusing. When would we see the bill? When would we see the money? When would we see the vote? When is this going to happen, LALATE? Republicans actually want to have this done on the 20th. I want to see the House vote on it by the 20th. We don't have the bill. Hopefully we would see the bill by the end of the week. Then we could understand the provisions. I could do the analysis for you. I could get you ready as a Purple Hawk to pounce and say, hey, you qualify for this and this, but not for that. Then the House could put it for a vote next week. It's likely that the House now has a clear schedule because they've dealt with the Trump issue of the last few days, and Joe Biden doesn't want that to block his package bill from getting it done. Then they could send it to the Senate, and once those Georgia senators are sworn in around the 20th or 21st, then it could get ready to go and ramp up. So when would you actually see the money? Hard to say, because we've had real bad problems lately with, under at least Mnuchin, saying that you're going to get certain money on certain days and it never comes. He's gone. There's a new Treasury Secretary coming in on the 20th. Her name is Janet Yellen. And so she's going to change a lot of things. You never got the $600 stimulus check, she's going to change that. You never got the adult dependents, never got a check, she's going to fix that. Things are taking 3 weeks to come and then they don't come and you can't track them and you don't know where they are. She's going to fix that. And along that fixing, all the other agencies will get fixed. And that's sort of an important message for me to detail to you. The SNAP benefits on the second stimulus package have been confusing. Some states have increased it, some have not. That will be fixed by this new administration. So that's streamlined. The EIDL has been a fiasco under Javier Carranza, where some people getting it, some people not getting it. Everyone owed it, but not getting it. That's going to be streamlined, where people get the money they're owed and potentially get the money they're owed from 2020. That's what I've been reporting. And then things like hazard pay. It should likely be streamlined a central agency, rent in a streamlined agency, student loan eviction moratorium, all those things streamlined in a very functional way for you to get it. What I need you to know is there is no applications open for any of these things yet. It's not law yet. It's not bill yet. It's not even press conference yet. But I want you to understand what the mindset of viewers are going into this press conference right after this video. Over the last 3 days, I've asked viewers on Evenings LALATE, the purple video, which goes over third stimulus Q&A. I asked viewers, what do you think will happen tonight? And this is when we presume that we get enough detail from Joe. This is what they said. Hazard pay, they think it's going to happen, but not $10,000. $2,400 SSI and SSDI, they think it's going to happen. $10,000 student loan forgiveness, they think it's going to happen. EIDL PPP, they think it's going to happen exactly. Multiple stimulus checks, they don't think it's going to happen. Then we go to FPUC retro. They don't think anything retro is going to happen. They think FPUC will go forward at $600 a week. And finally, all the other things that you've wondered about, they were generally skeptical of a lot of the provisions. When we look at the value of the entire bill at less than $3 trillion, you have to be skeptical. The question is, where were the cuts? Where were the cuts? And if this really is a bipartisan bill, how did it become bipartisan? Or is it just sort of faking as bipartisan? I'll have the live coverage for you right after this video, but I want you to understand a couple things. One, you may not get the detail in the live recording of the press conference from Delaware. You may not have the detail to understand really what things are. Two, his statements will have no impact on second stimulus. 3, to the extent that his administration wants to pay outstanding items for the second stimulus, like EIDL grant, the press conference may have also no impact on that as well. So stay informed, stay focused, hit that alert button, go to the Finance channel, like this video, and also stay with me because the next few days are going to be very, very, very exciting. Also consider joining by clicking that join button at the top of this channel. Become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Finally, if you need help with rent and utilities, reach out to the volunteers. They're at the pinned comment to this video, news.lalate.com. They can help you with rent and utilities despite whatever's going on with the federal government. So stay with LALATE over the next few minutes and join me live next on Being the Mitch. Go to the Finance channel, subscribe, hit that alert button, like this video, and consider becoming a member. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll see you next live with the press conference of Joe Biden from Delaware.